The world is getting more interconnected and complex by the day. This also has an impact on the investment management industry. Asset managers and asset owners have to navigate an information landscape with real-time updates from around the globe and ever faster news cycles. No longer operating in an environment of information scarcity, but rather one of information overload.
What does this mean for the investment management industry? How do asset managers and asset owners make informed investment decisions in this environment? Well, to explore how data and technology solutions are transforming the investment management industry, we can speak to Kromann, Executive Board Member, Deutsche Börse, responsible for investment management solutions. Welcome to Sibos TV, Christian.
Thank you very much.
Great to have you
here.
Great
to be here.
You enjoying your time in Frankfurt so far?
Absolutely. I'm here every second week, so but good to be back and good to be at Sibos.
Lovely stuff, Phyllis. Good to have you here on our sofas. Let's get straight into it, shall we? You took over the responsibility for the Investment Management Solutions division at Deutsche Börse Group earlier this year. The division is home to software company SimCorp and data and analytics arm ISS Stocks. And it has the stated aim of developing a comprehensive ecosystem for the buy side. So what does this matter to market participants?
Well, it matters a lot. At least that's what we would like to think that it does. So we're serving the buy-side industry, and the buy-side industry is also going through a tremendous change agenda, both in terms of outside pressures, but also in terms of innovating in the assets that you can invest in. And in basically, it boils down to two things. One is, how do you kind of use technology to enable that business? And what role does data play? And SimCorp is, in principle, the platform that enables the technology, and ISS Stocks is the data element that helps that part of the process. So we're kind of a one-stop shop for the buy-side industry, and that's what we're striving for.
Speaking of data solutions are a key part of your business, of course. How has the buy-side industry's relationship with data really changed over the past couple of years?
Yeah, I don't think necessarily the buy side is unique, but as you also said in your introduction, there's a lot of data to analyze and understand. You can really break it down into a couple of different parts. So what data do you need to perform your business? So those sources are never ending. You need a lot of data. You need it at high quality. And then eventually, once you start to do the investment, you need control over your own data, your investment data, your transactions, your client portfolios and all of these things. So navigating in that is an ever-changing challenge, because many data sources to navigate. But if it's not quality that goes into the core systems, then it's normally not quality that comes out. And that's inevitable, the process we are trying to enable for our clients.
Can we expect to see investment decisions being made autonomously by AI anytime soon?
No, great question, right? So AI is on everybody's kind of mind. And I would say we probably need to start to break it down a little bit. What does AI really mean, and how does it affect the process? So for us, it means many different things. So first and foremost, how you engage with systems in general. So large language models have really enabled the way you do these things. It's a lot easier. So some of the new things we build, there's no menus as you used to have. You just write what you want to do, and then it creates the data output that you need. But if we go back to the industry as such, I think we've seen algo trading for many years, which was, you could say, a stage one of AI. You've seen many parts of machine learning over the last 20 years. We're still in a world where there is some level of human interaction that needs to be there for fiduciary responsibility point of view, which I think will stay for a while. But reality digest all the input data to make the investment decisions. I think AI could really play a great role there. And some of the partnerships we are now doing on the SimCorp side and ISS Stocks is exactly with companies that can connect to signals in the market or whatever it is that make you a better investor on the back of that. And then I think actually AI and the human brain connect really well.
Now, private markets are a key growth market, but they are notoriously complex and rely heavily on manual processes. So how can we make this space just that little bit more efficient?
Yeah, as you rightly say, well, private markets is many different things. It's all the way from private equity through private debt, private credit, and it's basically anything that is not public markets, right, is under the umbrella of private markets. And there, many instruments are still very manual, but also here, technology and AI helps. As an simple example, there's still a lot of paper flying around in that part of the industry. We created an AI engine that reads those documents and feed it into the systems automatically. But still, lots to do. But I think alternatives and private markets will grow as part of the asset under management. So we have to fix it in one way or the other.
Speaking of lots to do, Christian, you're also responsible for Deutsche Börse Group's index
Yes.
arm, home to the Euro Stoxx 50 and German blue chip DAX.
Yes.
So what role does indexing have to play in the financial markets we see today, and how is it evolving?
Yeah, I think also here we go many years back where indexing and passive investment started to really unroll. So index have played a role in that as a more cost-efficient alternative to diversify your portfolio. It still does that. But as anything, it's become more sophisticated now. So we see a lot of need for customizing indices, not on the fly, but relatively quickly. You need to react to market signals. So just this last 6-12 months, suddenly themes around defense industry became suddenly a very important part of the portfolio, where 2 years back, it wasn't talked about so much. So the quick turnaround, being able to adapt your indices to continue to make that a cost-efficient alternative for the investment community, we see a lot of demand for, and our index business fits right in there.
And finally, over the past years, more and more financial organizations are moving, in fact, their operations into the cloud. So how are cloud native and software as a service or SaaS offerings actually impacting investment management?
Yeah, well, I think, I don't know about all industries, but the buy side has certainly been one of the more conservative ones. So it took a COVID, a global pandemic, to kind of move it. But then it moved extremely fast. So we have very few clients these days that are don't kind of consuming through a software as a service model. And that also allows us to use cloud native capabilities much more than as we did before. So I think that's here to stay, and that we are trying to leverage that as much as we possibly can.
Well, thank you so much for joining us here in Sibos TV studio and for sharing your very sharp insights. That was Christian Kromann, Executive Board Member for Investment Management Solutions at Deutsche Börse Group.